So, last time we were watching Death Battle, the person I wanted to win lost. Was it the Yu Hakusho one? No. I think it was, yeah, I think it was Bleach versus Yusuke. Yusuke won, and Yusuke lost. Unfortunate. But anyway, the next Death Battle episode we're gonna check out is about perfection. You know what I'm saying? Like Perfect Cell versus Metal Sonic. You know we gotta check it out, right? We gotta check it out. If you've seen it already, don't spoil it for anybody else in the comments below, right? Let's just watch this. Let's see what. I don't really have a favorite to win, so whoever wins. I don't know much about Metal Sonic, so I guess but Dragon Ball is Dragon Ball, and I know Cell, so I guess I'm thinking Cell's gonna win. But if he doesn't win, I don't really care. But anyway, hold on. Anyway, let's go ahead and let's get into it. Hold up. All right, here we go. Now, as always, links will be in the description below, so let's get it.
Fight! Cell versus Metal Sonic.
Which copycat android is truly the superior model?
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
I wonder how they decide who's gonna fight.
There's a monster stalking Ginger Town. No one who's seen it has lived to tell the tale. All it left behind was their clothes. Something ate these
FYI, Ginger Town was not full of gingers.
people's insides, leaving only a shadow behind.
Some kind of creature driven only by the need to feed. Earth's new apex predator, the ultimate life form.
The Namekian Piccolo went to investigate this manslayer and discovered that it was intelligent. Its tail could unravel to absorb its hapless victims and add their energy to its wretched gestalt.
But the nightmare was only just beginning, because for its last trick, somehow this freak of nature knew the Kamehameha.
The mystery of this creature's origin was decades in the making. Years ago, the world was terrorized by the most advanced paramilitary organization in history.
The Death Battle, this Death Battle will prioritize Dragon Ball primary canon, manga, and anime. But it's only Cell, so it's just the Cell saga.
The Red Ribbon Army.
Until they got rocked by this little kung fu gremlin, Son Goku.
Goku.
But Red Ribbon's dream of revenge lived on within their head scientist.
I gotta replay
Dr. Gero.
Hiding away
Black
in his
Myth
spooky
Wukong.
cave laboratory, Gero would go to work studying the Z fighters
Good game.
from afar, learning everything there was to know about them.
And building a series of androids that would destroy his spiky-haired nemesis once and for all.
He made a ton of them. Infinite energy androids, key absorbing androids, trucker head androids, and
Trucker
even
head.
ginger androids.
However, none of Gero's creations were capable of matching
He wasn't
that
even in
drive
Gingertown.
to improve that Goku and his fellow martial artists possessed.
Luckily, he had one more android left. A cute little booger so complex
Bug.
he'd take years after Gero's death to complete. Its name was Cell.
Born from a single cell, get it? This android possessed the
Get it?
genetic information of all the greatest warriors that had battled on Earth, and, when fully evolved, would become unstoppable.
And with their DNA, Cell absorbed all their powers and techniques too.
Common among all of them is the power to manipulate ki, or the energy that exists in all living things, and weaponize it to fire energy blasts, fly at faster than light speeds, move things with telekinesis, and create force fields.
From the humans, Krillin and Tien, Cell knows the multiform technique, Destructo Disc, and the Tri-Beam, his extra special favorite.
Bro, I forgot Krillin knew the multiform technique. That shit's crazy, bro. Krillin is the strongest human on Earth in Dragon Ball. How do you feel about that?
Oh, weird, I'm not seeing Jiaozu on this list. Sorry, bud.
Bro, what happened to Chaozu? What happened to Chaozu, bro? We never saw him again. Obviously Tien as well, and Yamcha. But still, it'll be nice to see Chaozu again.
Is Chiaotzu human?
Oh,
Okay.
What is he?
Cell can fire the Death Beam, as well as breathe in and travel through the vacuum of space with the alien genes of Frieza and his father.
and because he's got Piccolo's DNA,
He
Cell
really
can
goes down.
regenerate humongous damage to his body at the cost of some keys.
Cell has survived having half his body vaporized multiple times, and cannot be destroyed unless the small cluster of cells at the core of his being is eradicated.
Should that little bugger survive, Cell will always return, even stronger than before because of the Saiyan DNA he got from Goku and Vegeta.
This is fucked up.
Definitely the cream of the genetic crop.
Sure, he can perfectly replicate attacks like the Gallic Gun, Spirit Bomb, and of course Kamehameha, as well as teleport by
Kamehameha.
locking onto a living being's key signature.
But the best part of being a Saiyan is how much crazy stronger they get every time they almost die.
They can even evolve to become orders of magnitude stronger in the midst of
Yeah, but
battle.
Cell can't.
Combine that with Cell's
He hasn't really
healing
gotten
factor,
that.
and he's effectively the ultimate warrior.
Like a perpetual shonen motion machine.
Driven by
He
a
got killed by a
biological
teenager.
imperative, Cell wanted nothing more than to devour Giro's previous androids, 17 and 18, believing it would make him perfect.
Only one problem. The Cell
Okay, correction. Cell can do the thing where it, like, you know, gets stronger like Saiyans do after healing from the brink of death. And he does do it like once. Like, well, I don't think he does it in the anime because, like, was he brought to the brink of death and then healed? The only time he was healed was with the Senzu beam before he fought Gohan, I believe. So he didn't really get to take advantage of it, I think.
we know was born in the future, and both 17 and 18 had been destroyed. So he murdered Trunks and went back in time. Not our Trunks, future Trunks. Well, not
Future
future
Trunks.
Trunks, but another future Trunks. It's very complicated. There's like 5 timelines.
As Cell defeated
Yeah,
and
it's
absorbed
crazy.
the androids, he evolved, not only getting stronger, but changing his personality and developing a lust for battle.
He became less creepy bug serial killer and more, well, Saiyan.
bug.
After exploiting that very Saiyan arrogance and warrior's pride, Cell finally became perfect.
And easily dominated Trunks and
Smoke weed,
Vegeta, the
everybody.
latter of whom had decades of battle experience under his belt.
Perfect Cell's power was off the
Yeah,
charts.
they-
He could
yeah.
threaten the whole Earth just by powering up. With a full power Kamehameha, he was even capable of destroying our entire solar system.
While the vast majority of our solar system's mass is located in the sun, this still means that Cell's key wave would have to reach 2.8 billion miles to eradicate every planet.
But Wiz, maybe he was just exaggerating.
Not likely. Cell's claim has been backed up in multiple guidebooks and even demonstrated outright in the video games.
Cell's even stronger
Damn.
in the anime adaptation.
Okay, but they said they were taking, they're only looking into the manga and the anime, not the video games.
Considering the time Frieza blew up Namek, in the
Oh, Frieza also survived the same blast. Other toy characters like Garlic Jr. can create miniature black holes and nearly destroy a pocket dimension containing stars, making Frieza's feat consistent.
anime, the explosion was literally hundreds of light years wide and lit up the friggin' galaxy.
And Cell was far stronger than Frieza was at that point in time.
Hell, the Namekians could sense him all the way from a different galaxy and thought he might be a threat to the
Damn.
whole universe.
He's also incredibly fast, capable of blitzing even the strongest Z fighters at the time. Goku flew from Grand Kai's planet of heaven all the way to Hell, hundreds of billions of light years in half a minute. And that was
Damn.
in his base form.
Yeah, that's cool, but how about the power to squeeze mini Cell Juniors out of your butt? What? Never heard of that key technique? Call it the Kegel.
Perfect
The
Cell
Kegel?
was entirely without peer and, no longer wedded to Giro's petty grudge, decided to prove it with a tournament.
Let's see, heaven is described as the size of a universe in the Daizenshu, in the Daizenshu, and by characters in the anime. Goku did this shortly after dying, when he was still largely inferior to Cell, which means Cell is a lot faster at that point. At that moment, he's hold on. Here we go. That's better.
The Cell Games! And if Goku couldn't even beat him, what hope did anyone else have? Vegeta couldn't even handle a Cell Jr.
Their last hope was Goku's own son, Gohan.
After Cell arrogantly let him power up, Gohan unleashed his rage,
Fucked him
pushed
up.
the bug monster to his absolute limits, and beat him. Wow, Cell, you really are related to Vegeta, aren't you?
In truth, Cell was a victim of his own success.
And then, oh, by the way, hi Android 18, he was rescued by Gohan. And then, Orange Cell or not Orange Cell, Orange Piccolo and Beast Gohan whoop Red Cell's ass.
The same Saiyan genes that made him all-powerful also sowed the seeds of his defeat.
He got so mad he even blew himself up. Maybe he does have some Chaozu in him after all.
Even that wasn't enough to totally put him down, and he came back with the same Super Saiyan power-up that Gohan had just unlocked.
Super Perfect Cell.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that part. My bad.
Now with more lightning in a battle for the ages.
So he did get to take advantage of, the Saiyan genes by being stronger after surviving into the brink of death.
Cell put the entire weight of his biological programming against one lone Saiyan and went the distance.
But in the end, it still wasn't enough. No matter how brilliantly Dr. Gero copied the Z-Fighters, he still couldn't quite figure out their knack for going beyond.
What can be
Plus
destroyed can
Ultra.
always be rebuilt. All it takes to recreate the most fearsome warrior in the universe
It's one
is
cell.
one single cell.
Hey, I was close enough.
Hey, real quick, did you know Death Metal launched our own tabletop gaming channel?
Really?
It's called The Nightly Brew. We're doing
cool.
Dungeons and Dragons, Blood on the Clock Tower, and a
Bro.
bunch of other stuff. I'd love if you could check.
I've wanted to play D&D with like a group of people so bad I've never gotten to. I mean, it doesn't help that I'm an introvert, but like, I would like to play D&D with a bunch of people, with a couple of people. I don't have to be in the same room as them. You know, like, I like my space. Like online playing D&D with them, that'd be cool.
Check it out. We just finished our campaign through the old school Tomb of Horrors, the most infamous dungeon in D&D history. Here's a clip. You quadruple in size and bump into multiple of the columns. There's no way you can fit in this room without touching columns. So you begin floating up.
This is my
into the
last
air
character.
as giant balloon soot drifts
Unfortunate.
closer to the demon face. When he gets just a couple feet away from the mouth, soot disappears.
Oh
Aaron
shit!
cried. You were like, "Oh, this dungeon's terrible. It's the most like everybody dies. It's the hardest thing." And I was like, "We've got this." These other sessions, and then we hit this fucking room, and I am at my limit. I hate this with all of my being.
What is he saying? What? That might be cool to check out.
Time and again, the world and its cuddly forest critters were threatened by the evil and oval Dr. Ivo Eggman Robotnik.
And time and again, that same world and those same critters were
Texum.
saved by Sonic the
Eggman.
Hedgehog. No matter how
Egghead.
many robotic badniks the good doctor threw at his blue spiky nemesis, his schemes were always 6 spin jumps to the glowing weak spot away from getting cracked and scrambled.
But it wouldn't be over easy for Eggman. If he couldn't defeat the Blue Blur, he would make his own, Metal Sonic.
Well, 0 points on creativity for that name, but goddamn, he does look metal as hell.
They say imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, so Eggman built Metal with more than enough blast processing to match his prototype.
Creator Dr. Ivo Eggman Robotnik. Height 3 foot 3 inches. Man, nigga, you short. 100 centimeters. Weight 276 pounds, 125 kilograms. Alias Hyper Metal Sonic, Metal Overlord, Metallics. Main CPU, Lips, AI, Eggman custom ship. Frame, Monocoque. I'm done with it.
Metal can
Monocoque. Titanium. Monocoque. Cookie? Monocoque? Anyway, engine 15C VCU in 4-valve Orgone fusion engine. Likes destroying Sonic. Breezy. Chris Brown. Hates Sonic. Okay, got it.
zoom around at massively hypersonic speeds, fast enough to fly to nearby planets in seconds.
He's tougher than Eggman's standard equipment, some of which can survive black holes.
Metal can use all of Sonic's power-ups, and he
Black
can
holes like
replicate his
the one you
classic
mentioned that
spin
one
dash
character
and
can make in
light-speed
Dragon
attack.
Ball?
But he's got moves of his own.
He can attack with energy blast, fire a chest laser, surround himself in an electric aura, or an impenetrable force field.
By overloading his circuitry with energy, Metal can activate V maximum overdrive, quadrupling his acceleration and obliterating anything in his path. at the risk of self-destructing.
You'd think all that'd be enough to turn the rodent into roadkill, but it only took one showdown on Stardust Speedway to send Metal to the scrap heap.
On paper, Metal should be able to outmatch Sonic in every way, and yet he doesn't. For some reason, Eggman wasn't able to capture that ineffable quality that makes Sonic the fastest thing alive. Metal's defeats at the hands of Sonic and his friends sharpened his AI into a seething hatred of his rival and a burning desire to prove himself superior.
The biggest hater. Kendrick Lamar thought he was the biggest hater, but I think Metal Sonic hates Sonic more than Kendrick hates Drake.
Yeah, well, when you're getting your supersized red ass handed to you by Charmy B, you know something's gone horribly wrong.
Metal's
Damn.
defeats gave him an existential crisis. If
Unfortunately
he was
not.
created to surpass Sonic and couldn't even manage that, what was he? Why should he exist?
Never one to admit defeat, Eggman took Metal back to the drawing board and birthed him anew. You,
This Neo Metal Sonic was, above all, far smarter.
especially after he copied Eggman's intelligence and took over his empire. And
Damn.
we mean literally copied. If Metal started as Sonic's copycat, why not hunt all of his furry friends down and copy them too?
Neo Metal Sonic is equipped with scanners in his optic receptors that can copy a person's biodata, giving him the ability to recreate all of their abilities in seconds.
Like the Sonic Boom, Knuckles' Hammer Punch, Tails' magical swiveling asshole, and Big's ability to suck at fishing.
Metal isn't just learning their
That
moves, he
sucks.
can replicate more esoteric powers like Silver Psychokinesis.
Tails speculates in the IDW comic that Metal could have copied Blaze's pyrokinesis or soul emerald manipulation. His comments also infer that Metal can copy multiple traits at once.
Manufacture Rouge's mechanical bat guards, or alter his very
he
biology
can copy
to
cells
copy
to
Espio's
Kamehameha.
chameleon invisibility. It's worth mentioning that biological data is a real scientific term.
So if he can copy Cell's Kamehameha, he might be able to pull off the Metal Sonic version of Father Son Kamehameha that killed Cell. Probably not, but still.
And can refer to molecular structures like the genome sequence within a living organism's DNA.
Yeah, his copying is so busted, it doesn't really matter that he's a robot made of metal. If you can do it, so can he. Probably helps that he can shapeshift and regenerate his whole body from a puddle.
Likely by copying one of the mightiest beings on the planet, the god of destruction, Chaos.
Not the only chaos he's encountered.
By scanning the ultimate life form, Shadow the Hedgehog, he gained his ability to manipulate some of the most powerful artifacts in the universe.
You mean the Chaos Emeralds?
Yes, the emeralds contain an infinite wellspring of mystical power and life energy. With them, Metal can perform Shadow's chaos control. He can teleport, warp, and distort space, boost his speed, and stop time. And with either the Chaos Emeralds or Master Emerald, he can transform into Super Neo Metal Sonic.
Completely
God
invulnerable
damn.
and completely golden. Super Neo Metal Sonic can move it.
How many different fucking names does this guy have?
Faster than light speed
Transformations.
and has the power to move continents.
The emeralds
Wait, what
are
did that say?
inconceivable.
Can move it.
Metal Sonic Kai, Giga Metal Sonic, Neo Metal Sonic, Metal Overlord, Master Overlord, Super Neo Metal Sonic, vulnerability, energy projection, and size shifting. He might be able to beat Cell.
Faster than light speeds and has the power to move continents.
The emeralds are inconceivably powerful.
Sonic Speed Simulator follows Sega's character lore guidelines and shows Metal can achieve a more stable super form with the Chaos Emeralds, in addition to using the Master Emerald in the IDW comic. Damn!
They've been used to fuel Eggman's Death Egg, which could obliterate star systems.
On their own, they can even create and destroy whole universes.
Other super characters like Sonic have battled and defeated beings like the Time Eater, who could destroy multiple dimensions and timelines in seconds. At their peak, 3 super hedgehogs have even fought Solaris, who nearly consumed Sonic's entire multiverse.
So Super Neo Metal Sonic should be just as powerful as any of them. Though he's gotta be quick, because all that power only lasts a short time.
The road to total domination was nearly at an end. After manipulating Sonic and friends and copying their abilities, Metal eventually combined their biodata with the mighty Egg Fleet and became Metal Overlord.
Complete with missiles, giant crystal projectiles, and the strength to match 3 supersonic heroes all by himself, Overlord is
Oh, shit.
all-time final boss material.
And he knew it. His ego might as well have had its own health bar. Metal's drive to surpass his rival had morphed into the delusional.
That's crazy. Assert control of the Eggman Empire, can keep up with Sonic the Hedgehog, flew from Little Planet to Earth in seconds, harnessed the power of the Chaos Emerald and the Master Emerald, matched Eggman's genius intellect, battled Team Sonic, Rose, Dark, and Chaotix all at once, defeated Sonic, Knuckles, Silver, and Shadow. Damn!
Belief that he was the original and Sonic the loathsome copy.
A copy that Metal had finally outclassed. All the heroes Metal had gathered had to team up to take him down.
He may have stolen their abilities, but Metal never possessed the thing that made the Sonic heroes successful: their friendship and teamwork.
Aw,
Oh my
how
god,
cute.
friendship, bro. The power of
Yeah,
friendship.
Probably should have.
Eggman states that the Chaos Emerald roughly matched Metal Overlord in power, making him comparable to feats or machines powered by the Emeralds or other equivalents.
I've added some of those goddamn rails to the final boss fight, because it is impossible to land on those things. After getting trashed again, Eggman reprogrammed Metal to purge any bits of rebelliousness from his code.
Metal returned to being the Eggman Army's chief enforcer, always proving invaluable as the Bad Doctor's greatest creation, now completely obedient once again.
I don't know, Wiz. Who knows what's really going on behind those glowing red eyes? Maybe Metal is more cunning than he lets on, and is only biding his time until he can take over again.
Maybe the most powerful thing that Metal copied was the ability to lie.
Uh-oh.
Hey, I'm Chad, the voice of Boomstick.
Hi, Boomstick.
And if you don't believe me,
But what about now? That's what I thought.
look, the matchup is about to
Bro, that's
begin, and we
so-
can't wait
so
for you to
different.
see it. But
Such
first, I
di-
want to
so
tell you
different.
about a brand new thing coming to the Death Battle store, and it's something you guys have been asking for. Matchup pitches. It's a way to meet with me and Ben, the creators of Death Battle, and pitch us a matchup that you've been wanting to see. Any matchup, any way you like. We'd love to hear from you. This was originally a Kickstarter reward.
Come on, man. You know we need that Sun Jin Woo. You know we need Sun Jin Woo. And put him against... I don't know. What else is getting ready to come out? Don Machi's main character. That time or... What about Rimuru? But also, you can do Rimuru too. You don't have to do Rimuru versus Sun Jin Woo, but you can do Rimuru. Tell him that time I got reincarnated as a slime.
But due to popular demand, we wanted to keep it going. A lot of episodes of Death Battle that are currently being worked on are because of a pitch. So we want to give each pitch the time it needs, so quantity is limited, so you better act quick. Death Battle pitches are available right now on deathbattle.gg. That's our website that's like a Patreon mixed with some other stuff. And if you're a website member, you get discounts on all of our merch, including the pitch calls. While you're there, make sure you check out the Death Battle Retro Tee. It's a shirt we made like over a decade ago. The first Death Battle shirt, I found the file and recreated it, only on a much nicer shirt. So check that out while you're there. Anyway, let's get to the fight. I know you want to see it, and Boomstick wants to see one of these copycats get copycat. So here we go, and remember, deathbattle.gg. We want to hear your pitches.
Get it. About to get it.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
All right. Put your bets in, ladies and gentlemen. Who do you think? From the left to the right, which one of these combatants will win? Feel me? Is it gonna be the green? Or is it gonna be the blue? I know it damn sure won't be a tie. At least I think so. You?
It's time.
I think I'm gonna go with Metal Sonic. I wanna see him win, just because like that would be some cool shit to see. Like Metal Sonic beat Cell? What?
Time for a death battle!
Salutations, Dr. Robotnik. Your reputation precedes you. Bring me your strongest fighter, or face... Then prepare to kneel before your master. Perfect.
Hey.
Tell me, does a machine like yourself ever experience fear? Not anymore!
Oh shit. Go ahead, Cell. See you.
Fool, you're dealing with the ultimate life form. I already possess his data. Observe. Chaos! Done.
He's trying to give you the time. Oh, doesn't matter.
Life form data successfully copied.
Oh shit. Scum.
It'll take more than that to kill me, puppet! I know. Now I know everything about you.
Oh shit, he just went Super Saiyan? Super Sonic? Super Saiyan Sonic? Damn. Cell Jr. He did the multi body technique, or whatever. TN?
Don't
TN?
you dare.
Don't you dare. He said, don't you dare. And onto the arena floor. I like this fight. This is a good one. May, ha, may.
I am not just the greatest warrior in the universe. I am all of them. If you are all of them,
Oh shit.
then so am I. I'll never lose to a machine like...
Bruh. He did it. He did it. As soon as he copied Cell's data, this man went like ultra instinct. Well, not ultra instinct.
I'll crush you.
He found the last cell.
KO! So now Metal's got all the powers of the Chaos Emeralds and the Z Fighters? Well,
Oh
that world's
shit.
done.
Yeah, that world's
Cell
done.
may have been one of the greatest threats in Dragon.
Nah, I think. Oh no. I was gonna say I think Goku could beat him, but if he copies Goku. But I mean, do you think Goku could beat this version of Metal Sonic? Let me know in the comments below. Do you think Goku can beat this version of Sonic?
Dragon Ball Z, but
Metal
Eggman's greatest
Sonic.
creation ultimately proved too much for him. Let's break this down into 4 categories: strength, speed, abilities, and adaptation.
First up, who was the strongest? Well, it's no surprise that any version of Cell was gonna be way more powerful than base Metal or Neo. Even just using the manga, blowing up a solar system is far beyond the level of power output Metal can match.
Without his stronger forms. With them, the power gap entirely reversed. Not only could Metal match Cell's solar system busting or scaling from Frieza, but he could surpass it
Damn.
with the universe-destroying power of the Emeralds.
Damn.
hang on, Wiz. Those Namekians said that Cell was strong enough to threaten a universe on his own.
They did, but they didn't specify how, and there's nothing suggesting he can destroy it in one go, especially since it's only brought up theoretically and without any time frame.
Even being generous and assuming he could just blow it up, final bosses like Time Eater and Solaris can destroy the wider multiverse. And
Even scaling Cell to Toei Brawley, who could destroy the South Galaxy, would still be less powerful than threatening the entirety of Sonic's multiverse.
Super Neo Metal would scale to them. Metal Sonic takes the edge in strength.
And with Sonic characters being known for their speed, you might think that was an easy win for Metal.
At his max speed in his super form, he should be comparable to entities like the Time Eater, who in Shadow Generations can destroy entire universes in seconds. By using the radius of the observable universe, we can estimate the Time Eater's destructive wave traveled at about 180 quadrillion times faster than light.
Certainly impressive, but let's compare that to Goku's flight from heaven to hell shortly after the Cell games, which
Man.
covered roughly a universe in distance at approximately 180 quadrillion times faster than light.
Hey,
Damn.
just like Time Eater. The difference, though, was that
Damn, that's
Goku was
fast.
in his base form, way slower than Super Saiyan 2 Gohan or
Yeah.
Super Perfect Cell.
Factoring in Super Saiyan multipliers,
Both Cell and Metal scale to characters with potential infinite speed feats, like Meta Cooler and Black Doom. However, these would cancel each other out given equal leeway.
Perfect Cell can move upwards of 100 times faster than that, and so 100 times faster than Metal Sonic. Somehow, Cell takes the edge in speed. You know, the thing Metal was designed for.
Wasn't expecting that.
Damn.
Let's see if any of their abilities could tip the scales.
They shared many of the same powers, like telekinesis, force fields, and energy projectiles. Of note though, Cell's regeneration was clearly superior, able to fully heal from a single cluster of microscopic cells.
On top of that, Cell's Saiyan genes would let him grow in power every time he almost died, and his Cell Juniors gave him the numbers advantage.
And considering Super Neo Metal had a time limit, Cell would have a big advantage in a battle of attrition.
But with Chaos Control, that became a lot tougher.
Cell and his juniors had no way to deal with Metal boosting his speed or stopping time, something that countered Cell's speed advantage and left him open. And with Silver Psychokinesis, or the Emerald Spatial Distortion, Metal could seriously impair Cell's healing.
So it helped that Cell could fall
Damn.
back on his martial arts abilities in a pinch.
Despite effectively being a newborn, Cell's genetic instincts allowed him to best Earth's most skilled warriors back to back to back.
Metal may have copied Eggman's brains, but he definitely isn't as good of a fighter. The Sonic heroes haven't trained like the Z fighters, and Metal's been beaten by all of them a bunch of times. So all that in mind, abilities is roughly a wash.
Which leaves us with the one thing they're both known for, their capability to evolve and become more powerful in response to their opponents, aka their adaptation.
And Metal can go
That's where
farther.
this back and forth completely breaks. Because at the end of the day, Metal can copy Cell, but Cell can't absorb Metal.
Cell's ability to physically
Damn.
absorb an opponent is
The Dyson Shoe claims Perfect Cell gains 17 and 18's infinite energy generators after absorbing them. However, not only does Cell tire against Goku, the Chaos Emeralds also grant Metal infinite energy within the super within the super transformation's time limit.
primarily viable against foes he can match or overpower.
Even if he took Metal by surprise, he can't absorb fully inorganic robots like Android 16.
Cell was only able to absorb androids 17 and 18 because they were primarily organic.
They're actually more like cyborgs and are only called androids in the English translation.
Metal, on the other hand, can copy a target's biodata through only a few seconds of direct eyesight, something he could easily accomplish during a time stop.
And using it on Cell means he wouldn't just get Cell's powers, but the powers of all of the Z Warriors too.
Remember, Metal's copying applies to abilities that fundamentally affect his own biology, like Espio's invincibility or Chaos's liquid body. Nothing
Damn.
Cell has would be off limits, especially given all of Cell's powers were genetically encoded in the first place.
Right,
Quite
from
literally biodata.
Cell's Saiyan power-ups? Copied. Cell's regeneration? Copied.
Copied.
Cell's key techniques? Believe it or
Copied.
not, copied.
Chaos
Oh my
Emeralds are
God.
described as being able to produce
How does a metal robot have I guess everything has energy. Everything is made of energy. So yeah.
life energy, similar to Ki. So there's a precedent for him being able to
Wait, furthermore, the Earth's life force energy restore the emeralds and vice versa in Sonic Unleashed. Chaos energy can also manipulate souls and restore life just like Ki.
Are described as being able to produce life energy, similar to Ki. So there's a precedent for him being able to replicate Cell's power set. And at this point, there's nothing stopping Metal from, say, stopping time and using a Kamehameha to vaporize him at a cellular level. Just like Gohan did.
Cell might be able to do anything the Z Fighters know how to do, but that's not gonna help him, because Metal can do anything Cell knows how to do.
While Android 16, this is the last one, bro. While Androids 16, 17, and 18 lack natural Ki, they can imitate it with artificial generators. Metal Sonic's generators are similar, utilizing Orgone energy, another form of life energy, further reinforcing that Metal can reliably imitate Ki.
Strange, isn't it?
Cell just doesn't have any options to retaliate that Metal wouldn't also possess, including any of his previous advantages. Metal's copy ability is just that overpowered.
Oh, I guess now I get why they called it Sonic CD.
Why's that?
Cell died. Wiz, you get it? CD? Wiz, where you go? Come on back.
Bruh.
Next time on Death Battle.
Bruh, looking at Bowser down here in this thing, I gotta go and watch the first Super Mario Galaxy movie. Haven't seen it yet. But anyway, did the person you thought was gonna win actually win? Because I won. I assumed Metal would win. I was hoping Metal would win, and Metal won. But anyway, what do you think about think about the fight in the comments below? Do you think he can beat Goku? Do you think Metal can beat Goku, especially after beating Cell? Anyway, yeah, that's it. I'm out. Peace. Much love to you.